Hi, how can I help you? Alright, you're here to get a tattoo, okay? Do you have an appointment? You don't have an appointment, okay? Well, we do take walk-ins, okay? But tell me a little bit about what you're looking for a tattoo. No, no. That is a myth. We can get tattoos, okay? You can get a tattoo and you can still be buried in a cemetery. That's a myth. I don't know where it started, but that is a myth, okay? Alright. Okay, so you're not sure, but you think you want Hebrew lettering? Okay. Alright, well, let me see if the artist is here. If she's available, then you can get a tattoo. If not, I'd suggest making an appointment, okay? Um Go sit down. No, I'll take care of you, okay? Just 1 second. All right. The artist is in, and she says that she has time now to see you. Okay, you're very lucky. She's a very talented artist, and it's hard to get bookings. You're lucky that we take walk-ins and that there was an opening. I'm just saying. Okay, she's very good. You're gonna have a great time here. Okay. Okay. Run along now. Good luck. Okay. So you're here to get a tattoo. My assistant said you were a walk-in. Okay. No, it's not a problem at all. Did she make it seem like it was? Yeah, I can't make up my mind about my assistant. She's really smart, but I can't tell if she's being mean or helpful. Okay, well, since you're a walk-in, we don't have an assessment. Usually when people book an appointment in advance, we do an assessment. So I'm gonna do one now. I'm just gonna do this to find out why you're interested in getting a tattoo, what you're thinking about getting, your experience level. Okay, so have you had a tattoo before? No. Okay, this is your first one. Wow, exciting. And what made you want to get one? Okay, that's great. Yeah. People often get tattoos for meaningful reasons. Sometimes they do it on a whim, and that's fine too. But I find a lot of people that come here, they do it for a really specific reason. Okay, and so you're thinking about doing Hebrew lettering. Okay, sure, sure. Okay, great. What's that? Oh, you like the lighting in here? Yeah. We try to make it look kind of we use like cotton candy lighting. It's like blue and pink. I find that it's kind of fun and fresh, but also calming. I think it can help people relax when they get their tattoo. Okay, and let me ask you a few other questions. Have you eaten anything today? Okay, that's good. It's not good to get a tattoo on an empty stomach. And are you well hydrated? Okay, well, before we start, I'm going to bring you some water anyway so that you can drink some before and throughout our session. Okay, okay, yeah. So, now we talked a bit about the idea, but where do you want to get it? You want to get it on your forearm right here? Yeah, that's a good place for lettering. I like that. Okay. Are you a little bit nervous? I don't think there's anything to be nervous about. I find most people find they think it's going to be very, very painful when they first get a tattoo. And then, depending on the tattoo and where it is, it's often not that painful. Sometimes they can be when they're bigger tattoos or in really sensitive areas, but this is not a particularly sensitive spot, and I don't think it will be a particularly painful one. Okay, yeah. Okay, so let me get you some water now, and then we'll talk a little bit about the fonts, because as you may know, there's a lot of different fonts for Hebrew, and there's cursive and print. Yes, we'll get into that. Let me get you some water, okay? You're doing okay? Okay. I'll be right back. We've got this water bottle. Yes, this is a nice reusable glass. And since this is your first tattoo and I already like you, I want you to take this home with you, so when you're done, you don't have to give it back. You can just take it home. Oh, you're very welcome. Okay, here you go. Okay, so let's take a deep breath in and breathe out. And let's talk a little bit about the type of Hebrew that you want. So, I'm just going to use this book as a reference. Let me see if I can find a place where the letters are listed. Oh, here we go. So we can do print text, as you can see here. This is traditional. This is what you would find printed in books and on signs. It's on my shirt, although this is a different font, which we'll get into, but this is what print looks like, alternatively. And sometimes people don't know this actually, but there is cursive. Let me pull that page up if I can find it. Okay, so I'm going to show you the difference. So this would be a hey in print, and then this would be hey, but just in cursive. Let me show you a few others, just so you get a sense of it, because some are very similar looking, and then some are a little bit quite different. Like you saw, the hey was kind of in the middle. Okay, so Zayn, which kind of makes like a Z sound. This one, it almost looks like a lamed to me, like upside down or something, but that's Zayn. Let's see, there's another one I want to show you. Maybe I went too far, let me go back. Oh, actually, I find people to mix up the Zayn and the Gimel, because look, this is Gimel in print, Gimel in cursive, and as we saw, I'll go back to it. So this is Gimel in cursive, Zayn in cursive, Zayn, Gimel. They're like mirror images of each other. And then this is another good example of one that's very different. So this is Dalet. That's Dalet as cursive, as you can see. Yeah, quite different. So do you have a preference, you think, for print or cursive? Okay, so you think that you're going to go with print? Okay, now we can go with, let me just pull it back up. Oh, where was it? We can go with kind of like a thick print that isn't very fancy. I would say this is very plain, and this is quite similar to what I have right here, as you can see. Can you read that? Yeah. And I would say this is pretty much the font that I just showed you. And then, like my shirt, you can see this is a fancier font. It has a little bit more of like just these little curves to it that kind of make it stand out a little bit more. You want to go with this one? Okay. And so how big were you thinking? We can do like really big block lettering. We can do, I would say this is quite small. We could do something in the middle. Okay, yeah, you want one that's like taller than this and a little bit skinnier and fancier. Okay, yeah, we can definitely do that. Let me do a mock-up and I'll show you, okay? Okay, are we doing okay? Good, good. Don't be nervous again. You're in good hands, I think, and please speak up if you have any questions or concerns at any point. Okay. Okay, so I'm just going to be drawing this, okay? Yes, I've been doing it so long that I think sometimes I like hand drawing it more than printing it out. Okay, and so this is what it would look like. What do you think? It would go on your arm like that? Okay, perfect. So what we're gonna do is I'm going to wash my hands, put on gloves, clean your arm. Then we're going to take the stencil and put it on, and then we're going to tattoo over it, okay? Okay. So let me go wash my hands. Okay. I am back. And we're getting the gloves on. Don't you like that sound? I think it's nice. What I'm doing right now is I'm just plucking away negative energy. I'm plucking away negative energy so that you can feel nice and calm and ready for the tattoo. And now I'm gonna blow and push into you some good energy, okay? Alright, I think breathing is very important, so let's take another deep breath in and breathe out. Okay, now hold your arm out. I'm just going to clean it down. This is a solution that has water and a soap in it. Okay. Yeah, it does smell good. Sure, I can spray it around you. It shouldn't harm you. It's just a simple soap that is really good for skin. I try to use products that are moisturizing and good for skin, but don't have too many scents. This one just happens to have kind of a nice clean scent to it. I just find for this portion it helps people relax. Okay, so now I'm just gonna pat it dry. We just pat it. Okay. And now we're going to put the stencil on. Okay. I know it looks backwards right now, but when we peel it off, it will go the right way. Okay, here we go. Let me just leave that on for a moment. And now we peel it off. And let me just pat it again. Okay. Do you want to take a look? Okay, so you're happy with the placement. Feel free to move your arm around, you know, hold it at different angles, because a lot of places on our bodies, our muscles move, and so that can twist the tattoo, which is fine and normal. It's just something to be aware of. Like, for instance, when I go like this, my tattoo looks quite straight, but if I turn my arm like this, it kind of looks almost crooked, and it's hard to tell, but when it's down, it sometimes looks crooked. Like if I hold it like this, it's like this part versus this part, it kind of has an angle. So just move it around and look in the mirror and just see how you feel about it. Yeah, there's a mirror right there. Just move it and make sure you're okay with the way that it adjusts. Yeah, if you want to take your time, take your time. Okay, so you're happy with that? Okay. And now, I'm sorry, I should have asked this before, but I assumed as we were talking about it that you wanted solid black. I know the stencil look blue. All of the stencils look blue. Oftentimes in other shops, they look purple. Ours just look a little blue. Okay, yeah, you wanted the black. Okay. So, before we begin, let's just take one more deep breath in, okay? One more deep breath in. Breathe in. Breathe out. Let's do one more. That felt good. Breathe in. Breathe out. Okay. So I'm gonna have you put your arm down on, yes, there's just this little table we have here. So just put it down, that way it's resting. And I'm gonna get started. What I'll do is we'll just do that first line and you'll get a sense of how it feels. I'll stop right after I do it and then I'll check in with you. But I think you're gonna be fine. Okay, here we go. Yeah, right? That's what I thought too. The first time I got the tattoo, I thought the same thing. I thought, oh, this really isn't so bad. It's just like a little bit annoying. Yeah, that's what a friend told me when I went to get a tattoo. I asked them if it hurt, and they said, it doesn't really hurt, it's more annoying. And I didn't quite know what they meant, but then I got the tattoo and I was like, that friend was right. Okay, so I'm gonna keep going, and what I'm doing is I'm doing an outline first. After the outline, we're gonna switch needles. The second needle will be bigger, it'll have like multiple, and that will be to fill it in. That one might feel a little bit more noticeable, but it shouldn't be too bad, okay? Remember, I got a very similar tattoo, and I would say this is a more sensitive part of the body, and I really don't think it hurt. It was just more noticeable. Okay, well, you're great. You're doing great. Okay, here we go. And I'm just gonna hold this for reference, okay? Okay, so we already got Choda. Okay, well, just the outline. The part where we fill it in will definitely take a little longer, but this should be a quick tattoo. Okay, let's go on to Raba. Okay, how do we feel? Yeah, why don't you have a sip of water? I think it's good to stay hydrated. Even if we don't notice we're thirsty, sometimes it catches up to us later, yeah. Okay, so while you're doing that, I'm going to get the other needle, and it's going to look like a different color on the outside, but it is black ink, because this isn't the ink, this is just the cap, and the colors on the cap tell me what size needle or what type. This is for fine lines, so you're gonna see a different color cap, but of course I'll be dipping it in the same black ink, okay? Alright, let me see. Let's see, we've actually got a few different types. Okay, let's see. I don't think we want that one. No, that one's more for that. So either the purple or the red. Okay, we're gonna go with the red, but let's just do a fun little game for a second. I really like to incorporate ASMR into the experience. That's why the lights are like that. That's why I often whisper or speak in a soft voice. So, I want you to pick a color, either red or purple. You picked one? Okay, now just follow that around. Follow the color that you picked. Okay, and now switch colors. Follow the other color this time. Okay. So again, this one is gonna feel a little bit, just a little bit more noticeable, okay? Again, I'll just do a little bit and then I'll let you see how that is, okay? So here we go. Yeah, it's a little more noticeable, okay? But you're okay, okay. You're doing fantastic. You're a rock star already. Okay, I'll keep going. not be done. I have to clean some of the ink off. You know, there is excess that comes off as we do this. And then I'll be able to see if we need to do any touch-ups. Okay, more cleaning solution. Okay, oh yeah, go ahead, take a look just to see so far. Pretty exciting, right? Okay, let me just take a quick look. I want to see how it's looking. Okay, most of it is pretty solid. There's just a couple spots that need to be filled in a little bit more, so let me just do that now. Alright, and just these other two spots, we're almost done. Okay, let's just check again. Okay. Okay, let me just see. Okay. Alright, what do you think? Why don't you go look in the mirror? And remember, don't be alarmed. When you look in the mirror image is going to make it look like it's backwards. When I got my tattoo, I had a quick moment of panic. For some reason, I just forgot that lettering looks backwards when you look at it in a mirror. And then I went, oh no, let me look at it this way. And I realized it wasn't backwards. So just remember, when you look, it might look backwards to you until you look at it for real. Okay, go ahead. Yeah, what do you think? It's so exciting, huh? Okay, so I'm just gonna take my glove off for a second. I'm just gonna take a picture for my Instagram, maybe a short little video. Is that okay? All right. So, okay, and yeah, let me do one of just the tattoo first. Okay. Okay. Now, do you want to do one where you're holding your arm up like this? I'll take one of you. Okay. Okay. Oh, sure. Give me your phone. I'll do that one too. Okay. Here we go. And oops. Sorry. And okay. And now, oh, here's your phone back. Let me just do, are you okay with doing a video? It's just for my Instagram, and you can just tell me about the experience you had. Okay, so go ahead and recording. Okay, thank you. That was really sweet of you to say too. I'm so glad that you felt safe here and that it didn't hurt and that you're really happy with how it came out. Now I'm putting this back on because we are going to put a Sanoderm on, what they call like a second skin. It's just like a see-through sticky bandage. And so we're gonna put that on your arm and you'll have to wear it for a few days. Let me put it on so that you're not distracted, and then I'll tell you a little bit more about Aftercare. Okay. So. Okay, and we're just going to stick this on. Okay, great. Now the reason we do that is, you know, the tattoo is an open wound when it's first done. So you don't want to be walking around and touching it against things. So putting that bandage on will help protect it. Additionally, when you first get the tattoo, for the first few days, it is normal for it to bleed just a little bit. Not only blood, but also the ink will bleed. There will be excess ink that doesn't stick and kind of comes off. It won't impact the way the tattoo looks. It's normal for some of the ink to come out. It'll still look fully saturated. But having that bandage on also helps just kind of keep that all contained for the first few days so that you're not leaking blood and ink everywhere. Okay, yeah, so what I would say is you should leave it on for 4 days. If it happens to start peeling off or come off on its own, that's okay. You would just start the next part of the healing sooner. But for now, let's just assume you're going to leave it for 4 days, okay? After those 4 days, you're going to gently peel it off. It does take a little bit of work, surprisingly, to peel it off. Just take your time. I think doing it in the shower can help. After you take it off, this is what you're gonna do every day. Now, it is okay to wear sleeves. It's okay to wear long sleeves, but every morning and every night, you're going to wash it. What you'll do is first wash your hands. I recommend using a scentless antibacterial soap like Dial, like the orange Dial soap, hand soap. So wash your hands, then take water and kind of like splash it onto the arm. Take that soap and kind of just very, very gently rub. You're not going to be scrubbing it. You're just going to gently apply it, and then you'll take more water and kind of just let it wash it off. Then, this is very, very important. Do not use a towel to dry it. Towels can have a lot of bacteria, and this will be a healing wound. You're going to use a clean paper towel and just pat it dry. And then I would say take a scentless body lotion. I find the kind that come in like a tub are usually thicker and better. So just get a very simple, basic scentless body lotion, and then just very gently rub it onto there, and that will just help with conditioning the skin. So basically, you're going to do that twice a day. In the morning, you'll wash it. In the evening, you'll wash it again. And I would say it can take, I guess it can take longer than 2 weeks, but I would say usually 2 weeks it takes for it to fully heal. It's gonna already probably start to look better before those full 2 weeks, but you want to definitely be cleaning it for the full 2 weeks and then just kind of see how it's looking, and if you think you need to just do it a few days longer, okay? Yes, and I will be giving you a card with these instructions as well. Sometimes it can be overwhelming to get this information all at once, so you'll have a card with all of these steps. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that comes up that I should let you know about. The last day that you wear the bandage, it might start to get itchy. If it's really, really itchy, you can take it off a day early. Like I said, if you end up taking it off early, you just have to start the wash twice a day process sooner. Yes, and then even after the bandage is off, you're gonna find that it will be a little bit itchy every now and then. Just do your very, very best to not scratch it. And really, you shouldn't be touching it at all, except for when you go to clean it and you've washed your hands. Otherwise, you really shouldn't touch it. Any other questions? Okay, great. Yeah, so here's the card with the instructions, and you have your water bottle that you can keep with you. Now, there's one more thing I want to mention that sometimes tattoo artists do not mention. There is something called tattoo flu. Sometimes after you get a tattoo, that evening or the next day, you might start to feel sick. It can be very light symptoms like feeling very tired, or it can be as bad as feeling like you literally have the flu even though you don't. That happened to me when I got my first tattoo. That evening I was starting to not feel very good, and then the next day I woke up and felt horrible. I was throwing up and just sleeping and feeling pretty terrible. That lasted for 2 or 3 days, and then I was perfectly fine. I just want to warn you in case something like that happens. It doesn't happen to everyone. It's just, if it does happen, it is normal. Your body's reacting to something foreign that's been added into it, something new has been introduced into your body, and bodies just react differently. One other thing I would say is if you drink alcohol, do not drink alcohol for the next, ideally I would say 48 hours. So just withhold from drinking alcohol. Yeah, because it's a blood thinner and that can make the tattoo run more and you bleed more than you should. So no alcohol. Okay. That's all I can think of, yeah. And if you have questions, you can always call the shop, okay? I'm gonna take these off now, one of them. Let's take another deep breath in and breathe out. Okay, thank you so much for coming into my shop and have a good day. Thank you for watching my video. If you enjoyed this video, please like, leave a comment, and subscribe to my channel. Any activity that you do can really help the channel grow. Engagement is really important. I would say more important than subscribers, but it really helps if you subscribe and comment. So thank you again. Toda Rabah. Goodbye.